a RFID tag, so which will be having your encrypted data, which will be embedded with the help of your Arduino Nano. It can have any data like 1, 2, 3, 4, EYSIP. We have an test on the FPGA card. So on the FPGA board, we have the RISC-V processor, which will help to decrypt our data. So what we do is once we tap on the receiver, the encrypted data goes to the FPGA card via the SPI protocol. Once it goes to the FPGA card, it will store into your FPGA some of the register in your FPGA board. This is an RFID tag which has your encrypted data, and this is your receiver. So once we tap on the receiver, so on the FPGA card we can see there are a number of LEDs are blinking. So each LED indicates something. So the first LED says yeah, FPGA is working. Second LED, yeah, SPI protocol has been established between your RFID receiver and the FPGA card. Third LED, it's saying that yeah, RFID is waiting for the tap. So once we tap on the board, we can see the multiple LEDs has been blinked. So as we tap the RFID tag on the receiver, we can see we get the decrypted output as a EYSIP. So it takes that data from the register which is stored in the FPGA card and it decrypts it. The decryption algorithm what we are using over here is a present decryption, and we can use the other multiple decryption. Just we need to modify our code and build it, and just need to compare like how it's working on the hardware level. Normally what I do is that I just design the Verilog codes and do simulation, but I never get the opportunity to work on the hardware side. Here I got that opportunity to implement my design on the board and to see exactly how it's working. We can actually see each piece of code we are writing over there, each piece of the design, the each module, how the signal flows actually on the hardware. That is something what exciting for me. If you ask someone to design the things, they will design, but the major part is comes at the verification side, where exactly the issue is causing. To learn that thing, those skills, this internships helped me a lot. When you go out, you connect with the same minds of people, you grow. When you have that community who is working on the technology, you learn a lot. You will understand like, yes, this is something new, which I never knew. You will have that bond in the 8 weeks. You will have the lot of fun, and that is a complete different experience which you should have it. It is a once in a while. How the image processing work exactly, like what is the maths behind it, like each coordinates you make the connections, how many types of layering is there, how the complexity is that behind the those things. We just know, yeah, you use some library, same thing, you apply in your Python code and you get it, but understanding those things which helps you a lot. When I came over here, I had a lot of interaction with my mentors. If you get any certain problem, if you want to build any project, so what kind of your approach should be? Because it's just not tell about like how to approach the technical aspect of your project. It will also help in your life. So if any situation comes, how to handle those situations. This kind of very generalized things you learn a lot, and that is very important in your life to know it. Getting an interview, giving it, and taking the feedback from your mentors, and there's something that you get a experience like what exactly your research interns or the industries are expecting. I gave my second time interview, and this time I cracked it and I came over. The last time which I gave, I had just the conceptual concept, but when you give the interview, you will realize that where exactly you're lacking. The best part is coming over here is to explore multiple projects. The person from start of the yantra and at the end of your internship, that person is completely different, because the way you have those skills, the knowledge and the depthness about those concepts, there's a very drastic change from here to here.